Redo it. Sharp words in contrast to the gently placed documents. Slightly crestfallen by those uttered words, my shoulders droop a bit. But in front of me, my boss, named Natalie, doesn't seem concerned about my demeanor and says, "I'm going out for a bit. Have it done by the time I get back." Then she leaves the office. Left behind, I gaze at the documents on my desk and let out a sigh, my shoulders slumping. In the vast office, only the sound of my typing echoes. All the other employees have gone out for lunch. I'm getting hungry. Wonder what's in today's lunch special at the cafeteria. I continue my work, trying to ignore my growling stomach. It's been half a year since I joined the company as a fresh graduate. Yet, I haven't been able to produce any notable results. Natalie, my boss, is very strict, and redoing documents and proposals has become almost routine. That's why I've come to see her not as someone who nurtures with praise, but as someone who believes in learning through practice and growth. Despite her strictness, there are people who respect and follow her because she never slacks off and always delivers 100% performance, despite her young age and high position. And one more thing. She's really beautiful. A soft voice, different from the typing sound, my voice. Though I know I'm alone in the office, I speak in a hushed tone, maybe out of embarrassment. Her slender waist is evident even under her pantsuit, and her long back stretches elegantly. Her black hair, tied back in a single strand, suits her slightly almond-shaped eyes. No wonder she's popular. I find myself nodding in agreement to my own words. But she has never once used her looks to her advantage. I've seen that as her subordinate for these 6 months. That's why I think to myself, I'll definitely get her approval next time. To be recognized by her, to be of help to her. With renewed determination, I turn back to my computer. And when she returns from her visit, the documents I hand her manage to get an okay. "Good work. This will do for the proposal." That was all she said. But it was more than enough to make me happy. Skipping lunch was worth it. After work, I went out for drinks with Trevor, a good colleague. Wait, a demon, cough. I'd almost choke on my drink at the word demon that Trevor blurts out. It seems he's referring to Natalie. Beautiful, but incredibly strict, so she is nicknamed Demon Beauty behind her back. Demon, Beauty. I ponder over the unique combination as I take a sip of my beer. But you know, it's mostly the girls saying that, probably out of jealousy. Natalie is indeed strict. Documents and proposals rarely get approved in one go, and if sales are bad, suddenly more clients get added to the outside sales visits. But Natalie never gets unreasonably angry, does she? Trevor strongly nods in agreement to my words. Natalie isn't the type to praise and nurture. But she doesn't get angry or blamed without reason. She's a strict but good boss. Hey, do you know any other rumors about her? Could there be more to her than being called a demon behind her back? No, I don't know. I shake my head, unable to think of anything else. Then, Trevor lowers his voice and says, "You know how Natalie regularly takes leave on weekends. Now that he mentions it, she does take a day off about every 2 weeks. But she's usually so hard-working. I just thought she needed to rest." However, Trevor seems to think differently. Apparently, she goes back to her family home, and it's quite something. Quite something as in what? His vague words prompt me to ask for more details, and Trevor, with a look that says I'm slow to catch on, still fills me in. A very respectable family, and, on top of that. He pauses, then continues in an even quieter voice. Scary, in a way, scary. Scary, in what way? What does that mean? Does that mean, like, she's involved with the underworld? That sort of thing. An uncomfortable silence falls between us in the lively pub. No way, impossible. We quickly laugh off our words, denying the thought. But you're right, Natalie would look good in a dress. Yay, that's true. As the alcohol kicks in, the conversation about Natalie naturally drifts away. So until that day, I really thought it was impossible. Redo it. Today, just like always, my documents are returned to me. Couldn't get it right in one go today either. But next time, I'll get it approved in one shot. With that thought, I clench my fist and enthusiastically say, I'll redo it right away, please wait, as I head back to my desk. At that moment, my phone on the desk vibrates. Curious, I check it to find a notification for class reunion. The sender seems to be a high school classmate, and seeing the name after so long makes my heart leap. Well, wonder how everyone is doing. The message details the reunion and includes a survey for attendance. Even though not much time has passed since it was sent, several people have already responded. As I check the list of attendees, a name pops up and a strange noise escapes me. My exclamation echoes neatly in the quiet office, followed by Natalie's voice from a distance. Ethan, what's wrong? Noticing the unusual tone in her voice, I wonder if she's actually worried about me. Facing Natalie, who is now looking in my direction, I shake my head vigorously and hurriedly reply, I'm fine. But this reaction was a mistake. At that moment, I was so focused on the thought that Natalie might be worried about me that I didn't realize something. In my haste, I had unknowingly pressed the attend button. So, you panicked and pressed it. Trevor laughs as if teasing. Across from him, I'm munching on a sandwich. I thought I'd finally be able to enjoy a peaceful lunch in the cafeteria after finishing revisions in the morning. By the way, what was that sound you made? It was weird. Trevor approached me in the cafeteria. I thought about changing it to not attending, but then they sent the detailed schedule, and it's just so like Ethan to feel unable to back out. Is that a compliment? I asked, to which Trevor nods. But I knew it. It was half compliment, half teasing. Why are you so reluctant to go to the reunion? Trevor's question brings back unpleasant memories from high school. There's someone I don't want to see. I reply lightly. It's not only adults who struggle with relationships. Students have their own issues too. It's not unusual to clash with someone or disagree. I've got someone like that too. Trevor doesn't press any further. I guess he senses something and is being considerate. Hope you have fun at the reunion, Trevor says with a smile. This document is well done. What did she just say? It's time to submit my document again. I thought this one was the best I've done so far. Even so, I was nervous, my heart racing as Natalie flipped through the document and looked it over, but her words well done caught me completely off guard. I asked again, I didn't quite catch that, what did you? But Natalie sighs, seemingly exasperated with my repeated questioning. When did you become so hard of hearing? Her slightly almond-shaped eyes shift from the document to me. But I think it's understandable to ask again. It's well known that getting a document approved by Natalie in one go is rare, so hearing well done from her was unexpected. I can help but clench my fist with joy and excitement. It's a moment of achieving a goal I set for myself. Sorry, I'm just so happy. As I smile, a bit embarrassed, she says, don't get too carried away. In her slightly exasperated voice, I sense that she might have cracked a small smile. So she can smile like that. Though strict, she's not always angry. But seeing her smile for the first time, my heart can't help but flutter. An involuntary smile escapes me. I'll work hard for the rest of the day too. Thinking that, I clenched my fist again. but reality isn't always so kind. Sorry to burst your bubble, but you've got these numbers wrong here and here. Please fix them soon. Hearing her slightly teasing voice and seeing her beautifully upturned lips, I look up to see her dazzling smile, her slightly almond-shaped eyes twinkling with amusement. Yes, I'll fix it right away. The days seemed to fly by after that. Are you still here? The office was dark, and I'd been typing for hours, the only sound in the empty space. I thought I'd work until a good stopping point. But it seems quite some time had passed. It's almost time for the last train. Natalie, having finished her outside visits, returned to the office and spoke to me. I hadn't realized how late it was until she mentioned it, and I exclaimed in surprise, "Is it that late already?" But Natalie was calm as ever. "Come on, settle down, start packing up to leave." She handed me my bag. She's always like this, unflappable no matter what, and as I admired her cool composure, I suddenly remembered the conversation I overheard between Natalie and Thomas, the executive, at lunch. "Natalie, are you heading straight home today?" "Yes, I'm visiting my parents' house early tomorrow morning." "Right." Natalie was supposed to head straight home after her outside visits. As I asked her, unable to hide my curiosity, she nodded casually. "I passed by the office and saw the lights still on, so I got worried. Good thing you didn't miss the last train," she said with a gentle smile. That smile again. Feeling a strange sense of guilt for seeing her smile twice in one day, my heart fluttered and my cheeks warmed. Feeling a bit shy, I thanked her, looking away slightly. "Thank you so much." For a moment, Natalie looked puzzled, but then she quickly hid her surprise and spoke again. "Come on, you have plans tomorrow, right? You should head home. Don't waste the leave you finally got approved." Her added words reminded me that I had the class reunion tomorrow. I accepted the bag she offered and started walking. The next day, I took the day off and attended the reunion. "Ethan, long time no see. Hey, how've you been?" The venue for the reunion was a banquet hall in a well-established hotel. Though I was nervous stepping into such a place for the first time as an adult, my tension eased as I was greeted by familiar faces. "I'm good. It's nice to see you're doing well, Ethan." "Wow, what a great hotel." After greeting everyone, I found a corner in the banquet hall to sip my drink and look around. The hotel, true to its traditional roots, was decorated with bright, eye-catching flowers, blending the old with the new beautifully. I had been anxious about coming, but as Trevor said, it seemed like it was going to be a fun day. That's what I thought until... "Hey, isn't that Ethan over there?" I felt a shiver down my spine at the unexpected voice. The person I didn't want to see, the one I mentioned to Trevor. Just the thought of him dampened my mood. I turned slowly to find Timothy, unchanged from our school days, with his annoying smirk. "Spending the reunion drinking alone, huh?" With a snide voice, Timothy questioned me, and I nearly replied that I just happened to be alone. But instead, I swallowed my words and coldly said, "Please don't mind me." It was my way of saying I didn't want to talk anymore, but Timothy didn't care. In fact, he seemed to know exactly what I wanted to say and continued speaking. "We do care, right? We were high school classmates, after all. Just because we were classmates doesn't mean we were friends or anything." I thought bitterly to myself while forcing a smile. "Besides, I heard about you, Ethan. You landed a job at a big company, didn't you?" Another troublesome topic. While thinking this, I nodded since it was true that my company was a major one. But apparently, that bothered him, and he sneered, "Huh, wonder what kind of backdoor tactics you used to get in." His annoying smirk turned into a displeased one, and he laughed through his nose. Enough already. That's why I didn't want to meet him. I don't want to exchange any more words with him and ruin my day, so I'll change locations before it gets any less enjoyable. That's when I was about to step away. Anyway, your boss at work must be no good too, huh? His words, accompanied by a sneer, set something off in me. Before I knew it, I had stepped up to Timothy. You can say whatever you want about me, but if you talk bad about Natalie, I won't forgive you. I was surprised by the low tone that came from my lips. But it seemed Timothy was equally shocked, his eyes widening in amazement. The lively hall suddenly felt like it had a different air around just the two of us. Several former classmates began to whisper quietly, catching my attention from the corner of my eye. This isn't good, I thought, realizing I needed to change the atmosphere somehow. But as I tried to think of a solution, nothing good came to mind. That's when I heard it. "Excuse me, gentlemen, is everything all right?" Turning to the familiar voice, I was stunned to see Natalie, my boss, dressed in a pink dress. "Natalie, what are you doing here?" Her slightly almond-shaped eyes looked at me mischievously. That's when I remembered the rumor Trevor and I had talked about. A family with a traditional background, a dress. Regularly taken leaves. Natalie's use of gentleman in her question. Natalie's family owns this place. Yes. This hotel is my family's business. My mother is the CEO, and I help out when they're short-staffed. Her casual revelation left me blurting out, "You say that so nonchalantly," realizing that if her words were true, her mother was a prominent businesswoman and Natalie's hard-working nature was inherited from her. While I was oddly convinced, I was still confused and couldn't fully grasp the situation. Natalie watched me with amusement, smiling at my bewildered state. "Thanks for standing up for me." Her smile made my heart skip a beat. Then her expression changed, the smile vanishing. "Well, guests are free to enjoy themselves as they please. If you're going to speak ill of my dear subordinate, please leave." Her voice carried a firm kindness. But it also had an undeniable authority, and I could see Timothy flustered by it. But Natalie didn't back down. "I value his work ethic." Her words and radiant smile were the final blow, not just for Timothy but for me too. Timothy, hearing her words, hurriedly said, "What the? I have things to do, unlike you, I'm leaving," and quickly left the hall. That rumor was a bit different from reality. That rumor, never mind, it's nothing. I turned back to Natalie and shook my head, gazing at her. The scary, in a way, incredible was a little off. Trevor would be surprised to hear this. But anyway, Natalie looks great in her work suits, but she's also stunning in a dress. I think to myself, smiling. "Thank you, I was happy you stood up for me," I say with an embarrassed smile, and the usually unflappable Natalie looks surprised for a moment, then smiles kindly. "I really do value you, Ethan. Then next time, I'll make sure the document is perfect in one go." "We'll see about that." Natalie laughs, and I realize once again that she's not a demon at all, but rather the beautiful and wonderful boss I admire.